here's the other thing. I think this is to an indication of like, we don't have both these horses moving in the same direction. Our higher self's moving in one direction and our shadow is moving in another. And so we don't even have a good grip on this chariot. I need you to ground yourself, boost your confidence, so that that chariot can move forward the way it's supposed to. You're being... Okay. Hi Libras, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Extended Monthly Tarot for April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. Quick messages that came out while I was clearing your cards. A lot of L's. Loyalty, love, letting go, okay? You got the Fool twice while I was clearing the cards at the bottom of the deck. This signifies that April could be a fresh new start. Please take a look at your Uranus placement. See what house Uranus is in your chart, what planet rules Uranus. There's also some pretty big Uranus transits. So we're going to get a little bit into the astrology. I'm not going to go like super heavy into the detail. I will be linking a website that has all the astrological transits for April 2024. There are so many. It's a lot like February was, where we're getting bombarded with so much energy. But remember, all of this energy is here for us. The tower doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. And so if there is a tower moment that brings in this Fool energy, this Uranus energy of fresh starts, forgetting everything we know, clean slate, like clean slate is another thing that is at the end of the month. So let me get a little bit into the astrology, and I'm gonna put a timestamp too for when the tarot spread actually begins. If you do wanna skip ahead, you are more than welcome to. But let's start with the beginning of the month because it's very important. We have a Mercury retrograde in Aries. All right. So obviously we know retrogrades, communication breakdowns, technological breakdowns, travel disruptions. With this, it's very important to be mindful because we could react and have some reactionary behavior that we might regret. Okay. And so there's something here about, like, this is the example I give. Say you're taking a flight and you're super stressed because of all this energy coming in, and your flight gets delayed, and you go and you yell at the person at the front desk, even though they have nothing to do with it. There's nothing they can do, but you're just reacting like, I cannot, like, what do you mean my flight is delayed? Like, that's the kind of stuff where we want to take a step back and see, like, oh, yeah, well, like, if a delay happens, like, that is what's in the, like, the forecast. You know what I mean? So pack your umbrella, your mindful umbrella. But when it comes to this reactionary behavior, like, we just really want to think before we speak. That's the biggest thing with this Mercury retrograde. Think before you speak, and think before you start anything too. You might get like an impulsive urge. So I'm going back to that Uranus energy to launch something before it's ready. And so whatever this is, just carefully look over stuff. Think before you type something. Think before you, say something. And yeah, you'll be okay. And hey, guess what? It goes both ways. So if somebody else has reactionary behavior, like, we also have to be mindful. Well, this Mercury retrograde, Aries, impulsive behavior, and I'll give everything a grain of salt. So like, it's a two-way ship with that kind of energy, but we can really transform that Aries energy. So like, I really want to get to like Mars, Aries. Mars is ruled by Aries, warrior, masculine energy, right? And like, look, we see a lot of the shadow masculine energy. We're not seeing enough of that powerful, like, divine masculine energy. And so that's really like this age of Aquarius. We're transforming, like, even what that masculinity is, like the Capricorn paradigm, the shadow paradigm, toxic masculinity. Hello, like, that's something we want to get rid of. So the more of us that can identify that reactionary behavior that comes from unhealed shadow is toxic masculine energy, no matter how you identify yourself, male, female, neither, there's positive masculine energy and toxic masculine energy. And so we need to see how we can, like, utilize our power to reduce the power of toxic masculinity by thinking before we react or speak. Okay. So another big thing is there's a lot with our blocks, our fears, our limitations, and our lessons from Saturn and Pisces. And I just want you to know, like, that solar eclipse is going to be life-changing. And so it's really meant to propel us forward. So if things do break down, it's clearing the way. I'm going back to that Fool, like, there's just this like opening. I'm getting this big opening that's coming. And so if something is clearing, it is happening for you, not to you, all right? And also a reminder, if you need to do that shadow work journal that's in my link tree, it is life-changing. Every entry takes less than 5 minutes. And it's things too where it's like you never even thought about it, okay? There's things with my entries where I was like, really, was that big of a deal? And like, oh, wow, I guess that is why, this pattern of habit, of routine, or reaction or behavior, like it comes from that. Interesting. And it just lessens that energetic load, okay? But yeah, so we have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. So that is like life-changing energy. So remember, Libras, you stay aligned with that scale. You have to balance your scale just as much as, like, the power for you is like finding that balance and then seeing how your personal balance helps society's balance, okay? Like, we all have our individual person. Like, I'm actually getting Captain Planet, you know what I mean? And when they all put their rings and activate Captain Planet, like, that's how I want all the signs to like see their energy right now, is like we all have these energetic abilities to help bring in this new energy for the Aquarian age. And like, I'm Pisces, so I'm heart, right? And Libra, like, you're balancing the scales, your justice, and like your wind, okay? So like, you can even go to the elements of the wind and think about how powerful communication is right now. So remember, Mercury retrograde, your power is in communication. So be very, very mindful that your communication isn't coming from shadow energy, that it's coming from the Aquarian age of air. All right. So very interesting stuff right off the bat for you. But yeah, so April 10th, Mars in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Now this is going to be some things where I am getting that Fool energy, because you're going to want to have the courage to just get out there and go and not like think about it. Like, there's something that you want to do, you're not doing it. And this is the energy of clearing any blocks, fears, limitations. So remember, go back to November 4th, when Saturn went direct in Pisces, 2023, and think about things that you've been wanting to do that you haven't done, or you've been putting off. Something here where it's like, now's the time. Now's your time to shine. And remember, like, the more of us that put ourselves out there, the more of us that look at that shadow energy of like guilt, shame, and fear that's blocking us from doing something, the better we are. And it's not rejecting your shadow. Remember, your shadow thinks it's keeping you safe. It's letting that inner child know we're safe, and we don't need to let these destructive patterns continue to keep us in a cycle that is not serving us, okay? All right. What I think is the biggest one for everybody is April. Yes, I love that. You need to have self-discipline with that energy, okay? There's something here about really just making sure, like, patience and self-discipline. But Jupiter in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so this is big. And I'm going to this too with that Fool energy that came when I was clearing your cards, is because the Fool is ruled by Uranus. So it only happens every 12 years. So this is a big one, okay? Like, mark your calendar. All of these transits, I would really mark your calendar and then like give like an extra little star to certain ones. But this rare aspect is something where it's going to give us that burst of excitement, that Fool energy to just step out into the great unknown, right? And it's also signifying big, bold changes that are coming, okay? And that you have to be open to new opportunities, and you have to believe in magic. You can't get stuck in the old shadow paradigm of like what is possible. You want to be open and receptive to allowing magic into your life, because it's there, all right? It takes balance though. You're getting a lot, like dual balance, relationships. There's something here with your relationships too. And balancing that energy of water and fire. So even though you're air, imagine like the fire, the passion, the water, your emotions. Check your Mars and check your moon, and see if those energies are combative or if they work well together. Okay, you're getting a lot of messages. My goodness. All right. So last thing I'm going to talk about, again, there's so many big ones. These aren't just the big ones that I'm talking about, but the ones that I think are most important collectively. April 30th, we have Mars entering Aries, its home sign, right? And also on April 30th, we have Venus in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius. So remember, Pluto in Aquarius, that transformation, personally and collectively, that we're being called to do, Venus in Taurus. So this is what I love, because Mars is a home in Aries and Venus is home in Taurus. And this is the energy of the Emperor and the Empress. Okay, divine masculine, divine feminine. Now, this is, let me just paint you a picture here. So the Emperor and the Empress, this is the idea of the butting of heads of the power struggles, okay, of the masculine and the feminine. And they're not meant to, one's not meant to take over the other. They're meant to be balanced. They're both meant to give that power, right? And so again, where your scales come into play of you have to balance the divine feminine and the divine masculine within yourself. We all have it, the yin and the yang, the light and the shadow. We all have that, okay? And so these aspects, really fiery, really bold, okay? So it all depends on our shadow. It all depends on whether or not we have a healed shadow, because we can show that light. We can show that love. We can be confident and bold and also very nurturing and loving, all right? Both exist at the same time. It's not an either or here. It's what was that book? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus or whatever. It's this idea that they don't exist in the same realm or on the same planet. It's they coexist, okay? So yeah, just be careful at the end of the month. There could be power struggles. And I'm going to go back to what I said, though, with that Uranus energy and that Fool energy, because you got a lot of it. Pluto and Aquarius, remember, you are being asked to transform. If you're resisting a certain transformation, please don't, because resisting that transformation is actually hindering you from what you want. Even if you see this transformation nudging you as not good for you, that's your shadow trying to play tricks on you, okay? That's your shadow trying to keep you in the comforts of this routine that it thinks is safe, even if it's not good for you, okay? It's not about good or bad, it's just what feels safe. And comforting, there's comfort in knowing what to expect, even if what to expect isn't what we want, okay? So this aspect, though, with that Venus in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius, it gives us the opportunity to wipe the slate clean, okay? This is a big message for you, apparently, because that notification activation that just popped up. This aspect can create power struggles, again, in relationships, but you're meant to show love, all right? And there might be a big choice. And remember, May is amazing. So anything being cleared is being cleared for a reason. But we just want to know that whatever we're being asked to clear, we want to be attached to the lightning bolt to change. Don't be attached to the tower. But whatever it is, if it's within us or in somebody else, there is this nice energy of okay, we can all move forward. And it might not be moving forward all together, but it's activating something very, very powerful when it comes to divine feminine energy. And so here's the deal is I personally see collectively April 30th is a big a big change in power of the Capricorn paradigm, this divine masculine moving out of the way for the divine feminine to take rule. Okay, because it's meant to happen. And I do believe that. So you might see some things in the collective around the 30th that are the change of guard, if you will, with this masculine rule versus this feminine rule. And what does that mean? Okay, very interesting stuff. So please take a look at all that, because very strong energy, very much related to Aries, Pisces, a lot of Pisces energy. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at these transits, look at what houses these really major ones rule, because this might be your public persona. It could be your personal relationships. It could be your family. It could be your career. It can be that internal world. So if there's big transits in your 12th house, let's say you had Jupiter and Uranus in your 12th house, this is an internal an internal transformation. Do you know what I mean? And like, if it's in your first house, this might be an outward, like a transformation in your 3D world, you know? So I love it. I love it. I love it. And also check out Pam Gregory. She's amazing. Oh yeah, knowing when to walk away, shadow energy. Okay. Not every battle needs to be won. Very interesting. But that remember, the more of us that can focus on the Aquarian age, and you being an air sign, it's so important. Okay. The Capricorn paradigm, shadow energy, it's holding on to power as much as it can. And why I said that was power struggles, it's probably going to be a lot of the people in power, you know, like collectively, you know, leaders of countries trying to cling on to power. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm saying. And so the more of us that can not focus on that, because it's, I mean, it's, come on, I can admit that, like, when it comes to the royal family drama, I have been sucked in. And now I'm like trying to be mindful. Okay, even recognizing it and seeing it for what it is, like, the more you're focusing on that energy, it still has power. You're still giving it power by seeing the drama and like observing the drama. And so like focus, like, what are the Aquarian things happening right now? That's where I want your focus. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got for Libras for April of 2024. Again, thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot, leave a comment, and share with somebody you think this reading might resonate with. I got an interesting song too. It's the Beatles. Sometime You've Got to Carry That Weight for a Long Time. That came out. Wow. Okay, so along with this Pluto and Aquarius transformation, it's a transformation of identity. All right, Libras. This is also ruled by Neptune, and there's Mars and Pisces conjunct Neptune and Pisces April 28th. And you're meant to like really believe in magic. You're meant to, like, again, focus on the Aquarian age. Like, miracles happen. Magic is real. If you're by the redwoods, go into the redwoods and like you feel like you're in a fairy forest. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something here where it's letting go, rethinking your identity, and you have to see things from a new perspective. There's a mask you've been wearing that is actually, it's hindering you. It feels like it's interesting too, because there was this energy of like exorcism and liberation. So it's this idea of like a mask you're wearing that feels liberating, but it's actually needing to be exorcised, like, from your identity. It's holding you back. You think it's not, but it is. Okay, so let's get into it, because this is a very, very fascinating reading so far. A lot to do with power. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. All right, this is a big month. Everybody's been getting really big energy, okay? Like I said, this is whole identity. And not only you, but it can be your community, right? Your career, whatever it is. But overall energy for the month of April 2024 is the King of Swords. So I'm going back to what I said about that Mercury retrograde. We have to have laser focus with our thoughts and how we communicate. Remember, your power is in communication. You, Gemini, Aquarius, you have your power in communication. And all of us are Wonder Twins activate. Like, all of us are trying to find how we can express our power in certain areas, okay? Now, the King of Swords also is a card related to legal matters, so it could have something to do with legal matters in the month of April. Do take that how it resonates, but the biggest thing too is it's about making choices that are based on logic, rationality, and justice. Like, this is a card of justice, so this is strongly akin to you. It's not ruled by Libra, it's ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius, but here's where I'm getting is we're leaving the Capricorn paradigm and we're moving into the Aquarian age, okay? We have to have that balance. We can't just, like, you know, a gust of wind blows out that Capricorn paradigm and then we enter the age of Aquarius. Like, this is like they're crossing, right? And like, we need to have balance to keep stability in society. And so there's something here about making sure that we just don't tip the scale too far in one direction, all right? I want you to really imagine scales in your head, all right? And when you're feeling off balance, in those, or even draw it out. Actually, this is even better than like the visualization, but like, you know, you draw a scale and you're feeling off balance. Like, well, what's weighing you down? What is it? And then, well, what's on the other side of that? And how can you balance it? You're going to have a lot of something related to mental mastery here. And I'm just really excited to see where this is going. Okay, what you need more of, the Emperor. This is Aries, all right? So I'm going to go back to what I meant with leading with confidence, okay? Excuse me. So you need more of the Emperor, but the Emperor isn't just about leading with confidence. It's about structure and assertiveness and stability, okay? It's that, what I said, the divine masculine, father energy. And this person, like, their domain, it doesn't take much effort because they've constructed it to just flow effortlessly. Like, that's the type of like structure that comes from the Emperor, is he gets to just like look over everything, like watch everything, because everything is in an order that works and there's not much need for tweaking, if you will. Very interesting. What I find interesting though too, so the Nine of Wands is in the area of what you have just the right amount of. This is ruled by Moon in Sagittarius. And this is your reminder that like this month is building your resilience. So you really need to change your perspective, all right? There might be challenges ahead, but the more you build your resilience and the more you build your confidence, this is where the lesson is, all right? Resilience and confidence. Okay, so just remember, like, and also the eclipse. I really think that that eclipse is going to be really pretty heavy energetically, but again, use it to your advantage. See why it's trying to build your resilience. This is why I was like, oh, interesting. The Chariot, which is ruled by Cancer, is in the area of what you need less of, and so we can't just keep charging forward until we deal with what we need to deal with. So that's the structure, the stability. Like, we can't keep being on the move. Like, the wind has to stop and be still for a second. The air has to stop and be still. Okay, like there's something here about moving forward where you're being told, like, hey, you can't charge forward until you check your tires and fill your windshield wiper fluid. I don't know. There's something here about preparing, okay? And then also too, like, indicating travel. Remember the retrograde. Like, if you are planning on having a lot of travel in April, especially in the beginning, just be mindful that there might be delays, okay? Just be mindful of that. All right, this I love. Okay, what you can change. 3 of Cups. I really think that this means you can change how you're seeing things and how you're feeling things. All right. The cups are our emotions, but this is ruled by Mercury and Cancer. And so enjoying the abundance you have. There's this idea of like, we need to speak our abundance into existence. And then we also have to appreciate what we have. There's something here about just celebrating love. Okay. And so if you have time this month, like, focus on identifying how you speak love. Okay, and how others speak love, and make sure that your communication is with love. And guess what? This isn't like with other people, but it's with you, Libras. So that's the thing. Like, I think you actually got this message a while ago. It's like, how do you speak to yourself? Like, your communication with others, your communication with yourself is more important. That's where it starts. How do you speak with yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you like acknowledge yourself? So much to do with self-love, okay? It starts from within, and you need to start loving and celebrating life, okay? This is amazing, and this is big. So when I say this is like big life-changing, what you need to accept is the Sun card, okay? And like, again, there's going to be a lot of strong solar energy, and there's going to be big breakthroughs, big changes, okay? A lot of big stuff. But you need to accept like joy and abundance and love. And like I said, like focusing on the Aquarian energy. We don't want to focus on the doom and gloom. We need to focus on the Sun. This is the best card in the deck. And guess what? Who's there? That's you, Libras. okay? You need to accept yourself, and you need to accept that you are a radiant, amazing, loving light that everybody deserves to see. Like, you have to celebrate yourself, okay? And you have to do it with confidence. See, that's the key. So it's not just saying like, oh, I'm great. It's believing in your greatness and having the confidence to be a leader, okay? End of the month with the Death card. Now, this is interesting. So we'll get this clarified, but big change, big release, big transformation. This is also ruled by Scorpio. And what was that big Scorpio placement? Hold on. April 23rd, full moon in Scorpio, okay? So this might actually be energy that you feel around then. And this is intense and dynamic full moon energy that encourages us to take back our power or remove ourselves from people and situations that are holding us back. Take a stand. Hello. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Very, very cool. So this can be routines. This can be beliefs. This can be relationships. It can be career, like whatever this is. Remember, like, look at your houses too, because that can really like fine tune what it is that we need to let go of. Okay. But I love this. All right. So accept this transformation, embrace this change, because like I said, May is off the charts. Okay. So cool. Again, like major energy, and it all has to do with you. Okay. Okay. So let's get a past life energy. What past life energy is? Ooh, okay. So you got Native American. So let's see. And I just want to clarify too, like with these past life energies, in no means does this mean appropriation of current identities, but just the energy of this past life energy, okay? So this card signifies that you had an important past life as a Native American, which is connected to your current energy in this life. If you've been drawn to Native American artifacts, cultures, and spirituality, this is because they're familiar to your soul. Studying Native American teachings can help you awaken ancient memories and knowledge that you already have stored within you. This card can also signify indigenous cultures from other countries as well. Perhaps you have some hidden anger or pain because of a battle or loss during your time as an indigenous person. As with other past life traumas, a session with a qualified regressionist can help you heal this old energy. In this way, you can retain the lessons and love from that lifetime and release painful blocks. Okay, so again, love. There's something here with pain and love and transforming. Okay, so let's get an empowering question that is going to help Libras let go and embrace, like, because again, you got the Fool twice while I was clear. Like, that's a lot of fresh start energy, clean slate, fresh start, clean slate. Ooh, okay. Way too many, and I'm actually, this is the one I saw, so I'm taking that one. Okay, apparently I'm taking that one too. All right, so how have I become me? What am I like? So this is going to that identity that I was saying, like rethinking our identity. What or who am I beneath all my roles? Yeah, there's something here to your identity, Libras. I really want you to think about that. Like, I'm getting Zoolander. I'm getting Zoolander when he's, looking in the water. He's like, who am I? Like, I really want you to really think about that. Or that Billie Eilish song, What Was I Made For? Like, there's a lot here to, like, remember, it's happening for you. Like, we all need to change our identities. Like, we're meant to evolve. We're meant to transform, okay? Like, some of us, are just gravitate towards that kind of identity change. And I just want you to really, really embrace it, okay? All right, so what archetypal energy is affecting Libras? I think there's a lot of resistance though, okay? Like, all right, what is perfect? All right. Pioneer. Very cool. All right. Light attribute. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow attribute. Compulsive need to keep moving. All right. I think you got some shadow energy from this, because remember, this is that I got to keep moving. I got to keep seizing the day and like going, charging forward. Okay. So like, you don't need to keep moving. I need you to be still this month. Not still like don't do anything, but like still like I need Libras to stay grounded, stay focused, get into nature. So let's see what dragon energy. All right. Oh, somebody else just got this. Earth and air dragon represents, oh, this is amazing. Represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your vision, manifest your hopes and dreams. Again, it's that grounding, it's that stability, okay? Here's the other thing. I think this is to an indication of like, we don't have both these horses moving in the same direction. Our higher self's moving in one direction and our shadow is moving in another. And so we don't even have a good grip on this chariot. I need you to ground yourself, boost your confidence so that that chariot can move forward the way it's supposed to. It's like you don't have control right now of that chariot. So get out into earth and embrace that, all right? Represent the perfect heaven and earth, the yin and the yang. I'm telling you, the divine masculine, divine feminine, mother nature, all right? Okay, so what crystal energy is going to help Libras? April 2024. There it is. Oh, yeah. All right. Rhodonite, patience. Okay. We need patience. So again, like we are not like, you need to get the balance first of your higher self and your shadow and have patience for it. The Emperor is very patient too. Okay. So that's what's interesting, because Aries, impulsive, right? Like that's the shadow energy, but the light energy of it is like, they're ready whenever, but like, they don't need to react like right away. Do you know what I mean? Okay, interesting. Rhodonite though. Rhodonite's a great one, all right? So pick up some rhodonite if you can. Notice too, just like the love in there. Like there's something here with patience and love that I really want you to focus on this month, okay? All right, we're gonna clarify the end of the month and then we will close this out. Again, thank you for joining me, Libras. Please don't forget to hit that like button, comment if it resonates in a certain way, and share with somebody else you think this reading might resonate with. And let's see what we got for Libras, end of the month. All right, what does the end of the month mean for Libras? The Death card, end of the month. End of the month for Libras. I'm getting that Billie Eilish song again. What was I made for? Like, and remember, it's okay to rethink our identities. It's okay to change. Amazing. Oh my God, this is the perfect card. All right, the Death card at the end of the month clarified with the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen, this is also patience, but it's enjoying the abundance you have. It's kind, it's honest, it's productive. And it's the you know, this divine masculine, divine feminine. And again, too, I love the beginning of the month here and evolving into this. But this energy, look at this white rabbit. So the Fool, okay, in the Fool card, there's the white dog. And I associate the Fool card with the Alice in Wonderland and the white rabbit, okay? And so this to me is indicating this is coming from a fresh start. But you'll also see too, because this is ruled by Capricorn, shadow energy. All right. So this, I love this so much for you. Look how she's sitting on her throne, right? She has her shadow's like taking a back seat. Okay. Like the shadow's not taking the lead. It's just there for the ride. Okay. This is amazing. Please embrace this change. Please, 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 please. Okay. This is fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Libras. As always, shine your inner light. You've got this.